Good day to everyone. My name is John Ramos. I'm a student from the University of Puerto Rico at Maya West, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the different ecosystems Puerto Rico has to offer and the most popular ones for research, studies, and for tourist attractions. Puerto Rico has overall almost all the ecosystems found in the entire world. The island consists of 15 forests, in which 14 are run by the local government and one it's run by the federal government. We can find a vast variety of land ecosystems ranging from dry forests, wetlands also. We can find deserts styled regions, caves, sinks, wetlands. I believe I already mentioned them, and a lot of mountains. Also, we can find a lot of aquatic ecosystems. The most important ones are the reefs, coral reef habitats. We can see and find also on the mountains, rivers, where they're home to different fish and freshwater shrimp. And we can see also some estuaries all over the island, where the sea and the water meets, and they all have a very important role in our ecosystem. The first reserve we're going to talk about is El Yunque. El Yunque, it's one of the most famous known ecosystems or reserve that our island has. It was nominated for one of the 7 wonders of the world a couple of times. El Yunque is known for its wide variety of communities of different plants and animals. The main use of this ecosystem, it's mostly by scientific research. A lot of people do scientific research studying the way plants behave on one another. One professor called Iris Velasquez studies the native parrots found in El Yunque. El Yunque is one of the most important habitats for endemic plants and animals. Before Maria, there was a total of 43 parrots, but after Maria, the number stayed the same, which is good since the parrot was one of the listed endangered species a few years ago. And thanks to projects from the University of Puerto Rico at Humacao, they started breeding them in captivity for later on releasing them to keep up with the species. Also, El Yunque, it's one of the most important places for the accumulation of water, since it's the region or the place where it rains every day and most of the time. This helps the communities to avast themselves for water for their use. And El Yunque, it's the only tropical rainforest under the U.S. Territories. In this photo, we can see the endemic parrot of Puerto Rico, and on the other photo, we can see the one of the many waterfalls found in the El Yunque, which is home to different plants and animals and microorganisms. We can see vascular and non-vascular plants, ranging from mosses and other type of plants, and also lichens, which are fungi and algae symbiotic relationship. Also in the water, we can find freshwater shrimp, which has been almost extinct for the overfishing, but El Junque is still home to a few population of this endangered animal. We also have here the dry forest of Guanica. The dry forest of Guanica is located on the south side on the island, on one of the driest regions of Puerto Rico. It's home to a wide variety of plants that are known for being succulent. Succulent means that they store water, adapting for this dry weather or climate. It is recognized by the United Nations as a worldwide reserve, meaning that it's one of the few subtropical dry forest reserves that it's less touched by the human activities. Like I said, there's a limited growth of flora and fauna, but most of them are cam plants, meaning that they have the Calvin cycle during the day, but they have the change of gas with the atmosphere at night, because when they open their stomas, water is evaporated from the hot weather, and this type of systematic called the cam plants, they do this at night to evade the over evaporation of the water. In this habitat, we can see cactuses, which is the main reason for research activities, since the cactuses found in that region are endemic to Puerto Rico and are the ones that are most closely related to the primitive cactuses. On the dry forest of Guanica, we can see also different types of microclimates ranging from beaches to forests. We can see beaches, we can see dry forests, we can also see a normal type forest where we find the oldest ceiba in Puerto Rico. In this image, we can see the forest that has the oldest ceiba in Puerto Rico right there in the center. And here on the other photo on the left, we can see a beach which is one of the homes of many animals, as the turtles that come from migrating and they just come to nest. It is home to one of the biggest nesting grounds of Puerto Rico. We have Hobos Bay. Hobos Bay is a natural reserve located in between the municipalities of Salinas and Guanica. It is a very important reserve since studies and research scientists see how the climate change is affecting reefs there. Also, there are different mangroves that are home to endemic animals and migrating birds. The unique thing about Hobos Bay is that we can see a vast variety of aquatic animals. We can see dolphins, a lot of fish, and it's also home to many microorganisms, especially thermophilic microorganisms, since there is the thermoelectric plant that supplies energy to all the island. It releases hot water back to the ocean, where in the hot water this archaea microorganisms live, since they love high temperatured waters. In this one we have Mona Island. Mona Island is an island located between the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. It is a natural reserve that it simulates the ecosystem of the island, since it has all the ecosystems found on the mainland of Puerto Rico. It is home to many flora and fauna It has a lot of endemic organisms from Puerto Rico, only found in Puerto Rico. It is a research facility to see how the different ecosystems react with one another and how animals benefit from this. Also, one professor called Diferente studies how the precipitation affects the different plants located in Isla de Mona in the different ecosystems. Many scientists love this island due to the fact that it is it's not it doesn't have many human activity, so it's well preserved. And here we can find the local Mona Island and Mona lizard, which is unique from this island, only found in Puerto Rico and the Mona Island. A lot of scientists conduct research on the island to study all the different types of ecosystems, from the coral reefs to the organisms found, mainly the Mona Island on this island. The photos we can see scientists studying the coral, since different scientific research has been occurring to see how the worldwide phenomenon of coral whitening is affecting the corals. And here in Mona, we do the same. We monitor this disease and study how we can work with this widely disease. On the upper right, we see the native Mona Island lizard. On the center, we have some goats that were introduced to control the vegetation population. And we once a year have a hunting season to regulate the population of goats in the island. Also on the left, here is a natural resource facility that was it's pretty old. There's where they used to come, the scientists, and stayed. Right now they're remodeling to make it more habitable for when people come and conduct research. They could stay in that area. On the lower side of the left lower side, we can see a beach, which is home to many different arthropods, from crabs and many other small animals, and it's also nesting grounds for sea turtles. We have La Cabeza de San Juan, which is which is home to the second most oldest lighthouse found in the island. It is habitat to many migrating birds and migrating animals. We can find a lot of biodiversity here in the island, and in this ecosystem, this natural reserve. It is mainly a research facility, especially in the archaeological area, where scientists come, archaeologists, and study the different things our old Indians that lived in the island used, to study how they behave and many other stuff. Also, it is home to the unique bioluminescent bay, which is one of the few found in the whole world. And here we have a bioluminescent bay, which is home to many bioflagellates, which are microorganisms that, when they metabolize their food, as a result, they release this this fluorescence emissions. In the photos here, we have the oldest lighthouse, the second oldest lighthouse, part of the reserve, the bay, the beach, coral reefs also here. And in the lower left, we have a bay. We have the beach, which is home to many prairies, sea prairies, which are food to the turtles. And in the lower left, we have the bio bay. In conclusion, we should preserve all of our ecosystems, since they are home to many unique animals only found in certain regions, as well as are very important grounds for research.